Solve the inequality for x. And as we read this, be careful. Sometimes we look at those symbols in the middle and we don't know what they say, right? Let's talk about this one. 4 times, that's parentheses 2x minus 5, close parenthesis, greater than, all right? It's pointing off to the right. That's a greater than symbol. And 2 times the parentheses 2x plus 10. So once again, that problem is 4 times parentheses 2x minus 5 greater than, repeat, greater than 2, and that's got a parenthesis 2x plus 10 attached to it for distributive property purposes. All right, let's take a look and see how we're going to work this problem out, okay? While you're writing it down at home, I'll rewrite it down here. Actually, I don't need to write it down here. It looks good to me, all right? We're good to go. Let's have it, all right? So, distributive property, obviously we see parentheses attached to numbers. We're going to be distributing. Don't let that bother you. We'll deal with the greater than when it's time to deal with the greater than, all right? Just hang on out there. Be relaxed about it. Got it? So let's see where we're going to go. First of all, I said we're going to distribute. Let's do it. Distributing time. We get 8x. And how about it? That's what 4 times 2x gives us, by the way, folks. All right, 8x. Now, let's kick along here. What's 4 times 5? We're going to get a minus 20 hanging on there. Stop that parenthesis and put our greater than symbol right in there, separating the left side and the right side of this inequality. And on this side, oh, got more parentheses. Let's distribute once again. All right, we're going to have 4x, because that's what 2 times 2 gives us. And last but not least, we're going to add 20. 2 times 10 will catch us with 20. Do a quick check, because if we mess up on the distributive property part, it's going to be wrong from here on to the end of the problem. So we want to make sure, kind of double check as we go here. I'm getting 8x, I'm getting minus 20. That looks good. Don't shift. Do not make anything happen here. We may not even need to make it change direction. So keep that greater than going to the right. Let's see, 4x, that's correct, and plus 20. So check your multiplications at home, all right, see where we are. At this point, let's start getting x by itself. And we got a lot of things that are really kind of keeping this from happening. First of all, let's move the x's to the left. I kind of like to look at them on the left, and this one works out pretty well to do so. So let's subtract 4x. See that? Take minus 4x to both sides. You hear me talk about a lot of times for the addition property of equality. Well, this is the subtraction property of inequality. All right? So it is an inequality added here. And also you hear me talk about subtraction property of equality too, in addition to multiplying and dividing. But this one is all about subtracting 4x from both sides. So, and again, it is an inequality situation. And that's going to give me 4x to the left minus 20. That 20 has not been affected, nor is it going to be for another 5 seconds or so at least, all right? Over here, say goodbye to your 4x's. We have a 20 left over. And notice we're still at greater than. That is not having any effect at this point, all right? It doesn't look like it's going to have any at all, because you know why? I got a positive 4x over here. So that tells me no need to worry about shifting greater than. We're going to keep it as it is, all right? Now, let's do the next part here. Let's remove the 20. We're going to add 20 to both sides. And as we add 20 to both sides, I've got 4x greater than 40. And you know what? That one's easy. At this point, we are going to, and by the way, that's a little addition property of inequality. All right, you got it there? Now, 4x and 40, let's divide both sides by 4. And again, since 4 is not negative, we do not need to worry about anything going on with greater than. It's going to stay the course. It's going to keep pointing to the right, all right? And by the way, that is going to give us x greater than, looks like a 10 here, all right, because that divides out easily. Now, when we solve an inequality, sometimes your textbooks or your online worksheets or your computer, whatever, they ask you, let's do a graph, all right? So let's do a graph. And we're talking about here putting down a good old number line, all right? And it basically illustrates that there's more than one solution to this thing. Sometimes we look at that and say, oh, the answer is 10. But it isn't. It's any number that is greater than 10. And it's not even 10. It's not equal to 10 at all right? So here's what we do. We pick the number 10 right here. We put a nice open circle. And some of you say, well, Ernie, that's in the middle. It doesn't really matter. It's a number line. Number lines go on forever to the left, to the right, okay? So let's do it. Open circle there, and we're going to shade to the right. Now you say, how do we check that? Well, we certainly know if we put a 10 here, we're going to get both sides, it looks like both sides are going to be equal to 60, all right? but we're wanting this side to be bigger than that one, so we're going to pick a number that is bigger than 10. Now, I could put 10.1 or 10.2 in, but you know what? 11, I think, is an easier number, and it is in this area that we've shaded. So we're going to put a quick 11 in here. How about that? Is there such a thing as a quick 11? We're going to find out. 2 times 11 minus 5. We'll work that out because that's a parenthesis order of operations moment. Greater than, on the other side of the coin, I've got 2 times 11 plus 10. And we're going to see, does this hold true? If it holds true, that means we definitely have got a good solution going here, all right? Now, I'm going to look at it, I'm going to say 4 times, 2 times 11 gives me 22, right? Everybody out there? 22 minus 5, that's going to give us 17. Eventually, that's going to be a 68 there. And over here, we're going to pick up on the fact that we have, wow, 2 times 11, which is 22, add 10 to that. Get your circulation going there. How about 32, I believe? 32, yes, 22 and 10 gives us 32. Times 2, we'll figure that out here in just a second. But it does look pretty good to us here because guess what? That's 68. That's greater than 64. So that means 11 is a good solution. Anything in that shaded part of the number line is a good solution, all right?
For more math help, visit TNLearn.org.